Hi everybody, this is Brita here to talk about flat fees. And today I just wanted to share with you what started me using flat fees. And if it rings a bell, then you're in the right place. So flat fees kept me in the practice of law because I was ready to quit. I was that miserable. So I started my own practice in 2000, and I knew fairly early on that I saw what other attorneys were doing, and I was like, I don't really want to do that. So I read marketing books, I read practice management books, I went to CLEs, and I did what you were told to do. So I kept contemporaneous notes. My descriptions were amazing. There was no question that I did the work as to what I was supposed to do and so forth. I did a really good job for my client. I had great office space. I had letterpress business cards, for goodness sake. I grew my practice, and I had Class A space on the waterfront. I had associates. I was doing what I was supposed to do, and it still wasn't working. I was still, no matter how diligently I tried to screen my clients, I was still getting clients who weren't paying after I just saved their kids, in some cases like from harm, actual harm, and they still weren't paying me. It was always, if I could just get one or two more clients a month, and I would get those one or two more clients, and I was still broke. And more money was coming through the firm than I thought I would ever see in my life. And I was like, okay, there's still no money for me. And I'm working a lot of hours, and I'm really frustrated. Every month we would send statements out on the same day, and I would sit there and just pray. Like, okay, who's going to pay me this month? How much are they going to pay? If this person pays this much, we can pay this bill and this bill. And I knew that there had to be a better way. And I was still eating every day, and the bills were still getting paid, but it wasn't working for me. I didn't like wasting my time. I didn't like chasing my clients and hoping that they would pay me and then having that schmutz in between us. It really interfered with how I felt about them and the poor next person that came into the office. I was immediately trying to evaluate, are they going to pay me? How are they going to pay me? And I didn't like it. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. And when I first started practicing, I was deputy prosecuting attorney for a couple years, and I would see criminal defense attorneys, and they charge flat fees. And I'm like, well, why can't I do that for family law? And everybody was like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You don't know what's the case is going to be and how long it's going to take. There's no way you can do that. And I'm like, well, there's got to be a way. I mean, my gosh, if we can get a man to the moon, we can figure out flat fees for litigation. Luckily, I found a guy named Mark Chin, who I'm still friends with. He is a family law attorney in Mississippi, and he was using flat fees, and he wrote a little ebook on it, and I read it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had hope. I had so much hope. And so I did the research, and I started using flat fees. And it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. My income went up, my time at the office went down, and more importantly, I was so much happier. And a side product from using flat fees was that I could concentrate fully on the work for my clients, which I hadn't really thought about before I used them. But any thought about money was just gone, out of the equation. I could just work on the job that I had to do. And I did a better job. And I thought I did a pretty good job before. But using flat fees, you're just laser focused. And it was beautiful. Now, that's been many years. And there have been issues that have come up. And they're pretty easy to address. And overall, even on the worst day, even when an issue really has been difficult, it's still been worth it. Bar none, absolutely, absolutely. So if any of that resonates with you, if you're just tired of chasing clients for money or you're tired of tracking your time, there is a way, and I've done it, and it worked, and I've done it for well over a decade. And so that's what we're working on, is a course that will teach you how to do it and address any of the issues that came up for me and that I have heard other people come up with, so that this is done smoothly, so that you don't have to spend a decade figuring it out and making the same mistakes that I and other people have made. So if that resonates with you, wonderful, because I think that flat fees are the best thing since sliced bread. And I would not still be practicing law. And even though I'm toning it down a little bit, doing other things like this course and writing, I'm still an attorney. And I would not say that had it not been for flat fees, because I was pretty miserable. And I know that there are a lot of other attorneys out there who are not terribly happy either. And flat fees are not going to be the magic pill that saves everybody. But they are a big piece of the puzzle. I swear to God. So if you have any comments, if this resonates, please comment, like it, share this page with other attorneys. The more that we share and are honest with each other, the more we can help each other, which sometimes is hard for attorneys, but we really are all in this together, and we can make it a nicer profession if we help each other. So that's it for today. I'll be asking another question on Thursday, and we'll get this going so that people can start making more money and spend less time in the office and just get back to having a life. Thanks so much. Bye.